ako mag-alagang bata. Hindi ako naglalabang.
So beautiful. So what's up, guys? This is gonna be my first video on this channel, and I'm Alexander Antifragile, and I just want to talk about Bitcoin. So mainly this channel is gonna be about Bitcoin and Bitcoin. Speaking of Bitcoin, the sky is orange. The sky is orange. Can you see how beautiful that is? Anyways, so why you should be buying Bitcoin? For me, you really need to buy Bitcoin because the dollar has been going down 95%. The value of it, the value of dollar is basically down 95%. So just think about that in the past like 50 years or so. So basically just $1 of Bitcoin in 2033, around the 2033 would probably be worth around $1 million per coin. So that you're basically buying a dollar. You're basically buying $10. Sorry. You're basically buying $10 for $1 value. Okay? So think of that. So putting in $100 right now at this time of worth of Bitcoin, you don't really need to buy the whole Bitcoin. You just need to buy the fraction of it, which is called Sats or Satoshi. So in regards to this, you can buy $100 worth of Bitcoin and it will be worth 1,000 in the future. Just hold it, don't touch it. I'll probably be talking more about this, but basically you need to be very bullish as well on this. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I'm telling you this because Bitcoin is gonna eat up the whole asset class, and I mean the whole asset class. And I will be explaining in this channel as well why, and I'll talk about Bitcoin and why you should buy it. And I live in a third world country where inflation has been hitting hard. The value of the peso here, because I live in the Philippines, the value of the pesos has been going downhill. Just think of it as a savings account, or if you're really that scared, just put in like $100 per month. Doesn't have to be big. Just put in money that you're not gonna use. And a lot of people don't even believe or still think that this is a scam, or a Ponzi scheme. Let me tell you something. If it was a Ponzi scheme, if it was a Ponzi scheme, or if it was something that's a scam, why has it not died yet? It's just been out for 17 years. Imagine that. So 17 years is a very long time. if you think about it. And no Ponzi scheme has lasted for 17 years. A multi-level marketing scam, maybe, but look at that, it's so beautiful. It's orange. The sky is orange, guys. The sky is orange. So basically just putting in, you know, $1,000 would 10x basically, if you think about it. But just imagine, so as per calculation, a dollar, if you buy $1 of Bitcoin right now, and the price is basically, the price of Bitcoin right now is 71,000, you know, $71,000. You buy a Bitcoin right now, it will be worth $10 or $12 in the future once Bitcoin hits a million, which will be by 2033, around that time. Look at the orange sky, bro. It's so beautiful. You see how orange it is? That's, you know, it's very fitting, you know. We're talking about Bitcoin, and the sunset is orange. Yeah. Anyways, sorry for digressing, but yeah, imagine putting in $100. That $100 that's gonna be worth 1,000 when Bitcoin hits a million. Imagine you've put in, like, you know, just $100 per month. This year, next year, it'll be enormous. By the time you'd have 100,000 US dollars, baby, if you can invest more. You can put in more money into it. And it's not about money. I don't even like talking about fiat. Look at it again. It's so beautiful. Oh god. The sky is so beautiful, bro. So beautiful. Anyways, I digress again. I'm very sorry. I like beautiful things. But imagine just putting in $1,000, even if you're, you know, you're high salary individual. $1,000 would probably be worth $1,000 per week or per month would probably be around, you know, 100K in the future. That $3,000, you know, probably worth be 100,000 US dollars. And it's not even about the US dollars, you know, because the US dollars is like, the dollar is like a dying currency. It can be printed out of thin air, and you don't want to put in your money to a bank that steals from you. If you think about it, all the transaction you do, if you put your money in the bank, sending money, you know, changing where you want to put your money to another bank or something, it costs a lot. And with Bitcoin, it's just cents. You can send cents everywhere in the world. You can send in cents to anyone everywhere in the world, even if it's censored country, you know. And that's the beauty of it, you know. Like, people can use it, you know. Like the Iran situation right now, the Iranians in the Strait of Hormuz. There's a news they're trying to basically charge people through crypto or Bitcoin. So sorry, just like there's kids just asking me. So imagine Iranian people, because their money is so devalued, their money is literally worth nothing now. You know, even a stone or a paper is worth more than their money. So if you think about it, where do they resort? Like, what do they use? And obviously it's Bitcoin. They can only use Bitcoin. They can't use any other currency, you know, because they can't buy anything with their money, you know. But they have something valuable in exchange to something valuable as well, which is Bitcoin. So they have oil available. So they have oil, and they need Bitcoin, or they need to transact to the whole world without getting censored by the US government, with the Israel. They resort to Bitcoin. So that's what happened. That's what's happening to the Strait Hormuz. And people don't realize the implication of this, you know. And if you think it's still a scam with what's happening, you know, Iranians are using Bitcoin to transact with, you know, people or institutions they need to transact with. That's a huge thing, and you need to think about that in the future. If something happens, if there's a war happened, no, if there's a war, if a war broke out right now, you wouldn't be able to use or withdraw your money because the banks would be closed, you know. It's gonna be very, very sad if you put your money into a bank or institution that closes when crisis happens. So just think about it, you know, think in advance. Just imagine like Bitcoin being used as well through digitally, you know, with virtual worlds and such. And if that's the case, if that's what happens, it could be a global, you know, global currency in a way, since every single one of us transacts over the internet. But that's for another topic. That's for another topic, actually. I don't think it will be like money, but it is money. It is like gold, though. It's valuable because it's scarce. It's a scarce money. Imagine that. So again, buy Bitcoin right now. Be bullish. Just keep buying it. If you're not that sure yet, just put in like 20% of your net worth or asset, you know. It wouldn't hurt to put in money that you won't be using in 5 to 10 years and putting it on Bitcoin. Like, you will win with Bitcoin. Just put in. Personally, I put in like 90-80% of my money. I've sold all my stocks. Used to invest in US stocks, but I realized the gains weren't, you know, the fees high, you know, with buying stocks. and when you sell the stock, it takes a long time. You have to do it by Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like shit like that. Like, oh, the market is closed, you can't sell it. We'll sell your stock by Monday next week. So, and it's weird. It's very weird. You're not sure about the price, you know. With Bitcoin, you're sure of its value, you know. It's used as an exchange. It's used as a store of value. But yeah, so just buy Bitcoin. Just buy $1. Buy $10. Just create a wallet. But be careful as well for scams. There's lots of scams out there. Just watch YouTube videos. You can watch Bitcoin University, the Exit Manual. Those are really good channels about Bitcoin. And yeah, thank you guys. This is my first video. You can support me by donating, you know, Satoshis or Bitcoin if you want. In the description below. So I'll see you guys again, and we'll talk about more.